Success and equity. You'll find them at BC. Success is what you want. Equity is when we give you the tools and help to get that success. It doesn't matter who you were before. We're here to level the playing field and create a fair world where you can succeed no matter who you are, what you look like, or where you were before. We'll tell you how on BC TV.
And now your host, Francis Mayer.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Success and Equity on BC TV. I'm your host, Francis Mayer. And on BC TV, we share stories of people who are changing their lives and altering the course of their reality. They're getting a little cinematic on the day after the Oscars. At Bakersfield College, there are a lot of people who are stuck in situations that they're unhappy with, whether it's a dead-end job or they wish they had more money to move into a better neighborhood. And those things don't happen by magic. They happen through hard work. And you could say, well, I could win the lottery, and I would tell you, you could also be struck by lightning or turn into a blackbird, but those two things are probably not going to happen. So the effective thing to do is to pursue change. And at Bakersfield College, we are in the business of change. That's what we do. And we want to share stories of people who have made that change with you. So if you're sitting at home making excuses or you think that it's not for you, you'll see that you're wrong. And our guests today are a good example of that. Welcome to the show, Frank and Melinda Madrid. How are you?
Good, we're doing well.
And you are what we call returning students or non-traditional students. You didn't come to BC straight out of high school, did you?
No, we did not.
We just decided one day to come back to college. We're actually 30 years old, and we just wanted to go back to college.
As a team, and you have grown-up lives. You have children.
Yes.
You were living, but you just wanted to live more, right?
Yeah, definitely. You know, one of our goals. You know, we sat down one day and talked about it, and we said, what are we doing? You know, we have to challenge ourselves. You know, that's the only way to success. And we have difficulties with medical conditions. And you know what? We said, we cannot be victims. We have to get up, fight, and make a path because we have 3 children that rely on us. So.
Right, and Frank, also, you worked in the oil industry, and
Yes,
right now,
sir.
it's just in the Californian last week, we found out they're laying off 300 workers, so you could have been one of those.
Well, yeah, the thing was, I left the oil fields about 4 years ago, traveling all over the world. Thing was, I seen it coming, and I knew I had to jump ships really quick, and I always told myself out there, drilling for oil is a tough job. It's a man's job. It's a wild world. And I said, it'd be nice to go to school if I had the time. So, one day that opportunity came my way, and now we're on that path to success.
And Melinda, did you ever think that you were going to go to school? For example, did your parents go to college?
No, my parents didn't go to college. I didn't think I would go to college either. With 3 kids, you don't think you have the time. But, they're all in school, so I'm a housewife, so I have more time than anything.
And I've noticed, I have 3 children myself, but once they get a little older, you have more time. I mean, they go to school for several hours during the day, and it's not uncommon for women to work now. In fact, it's almost expected. It's a very economically competitive world we live in, and
Yes.
we need 2 incomes, frankly, a lot of the times.
Yeah, definitely.
So, Melinda, you didn't see it coming, but you did have an aspiration to do something professionally, didn't you?
Yeah, I want to be a veterinarian, and I've always wanted to be one ever since I was a little girl, and that's just what I'm pursuing right now.
And how is the adjustment going from being a homemaker to being a student?
I say it's quite easy because, like I said, I had a lot of time. Like the kids are all at school, and I don't work, I just stay at home, so might as well do something with my time, go to school instead of just staying at home.
Definitely.
Now, are the classes harder, easier? Is adjusting to going, because you're going to school full time and you have 3 children?
Yeah, I find it a little hard, in certain areas, but no, I like it.
Is there help available at the college for you?
Yeah, there's a lot of help, and it's been very helpful.
Surprisingly,
Yeah.
we were actually surprised with all the help that was offered to us, and we were actually surprised. We were like, wow, this is they make it really easy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no one's out to get you. Like professors did not get into the business of educating people to give Fs. It's not like they sit around and go, oh, here's the latest bunch of chumps.
Exactly.
And I could see 10 Fs out there already, you little worms. No, they got into
Exactly.
to educating because they want people to learn. We have student tutors, we have professional tutors, we have the writing center. We have a lot of tools out there to help you succeed. Yeah, keep in mind, if you come back to school and take even just one class, that professor, he'd be happy if everybody in the class got an A. If everybody earned, and that's the key word, if everybody earned an A, he'd feel great because that's the best possible job he could have done. Nobody goes to work and says, oh, I want to have some of my projects be failures. And our professors are the same. Frank, how has the transition from working in a blue-collar industry to being a college student gone for you?
To be honest with you, working in the oil fields, it's hard work, and I was very good at what I did. I moved up and excelled very fast, and a lot of people took note that I was a fast learner. And I seen my potential, and I'm saying, well, I'm tired of breaking my back. It's time to break the mold and challenge myself. So when I got to BC, I said, it's going to be challenging, and surprisingly, it wasn't. It was very simple, and I told myself I could have did this a long time ago, but you know what? It's never too late. So
no, it's not. And like so many things in life, how on earth did you climb Mount Everest one step at a time?
Exactly.
You don't have to be a natural. You don't have to have it all figured out the first day. And just like in the oil fields, or when you're repairing a car or doing any other mechanical activity, there's directions in an order of operations, and if you follow them, you might find that you're enjoying some success, and that might be part of why it's working out for you. Frank, do you have an educational goal in mind?
Yes, I am planning on computer programming and science. Anything that has to do with. I love electronics. I love tinkering with things like that. I have a perk for it. So that said, I want to keep on this path, and it's very simple. There's no excuses, we do multiple activism work. We do a lot of things for the community, feeding the homeless, reaching out to family members who need assistance, as well as just a lot of events.
You're involved with the community. You're giving back.
Yes.
And now you're going to have more tools to do that. And when people say oftentimes that they don't want to come back to school because they have things that they're doing, they have people they're taking care of, they have responsibilities to their family. If you come back to school and you learn some skills, or you get a degree that helps you earn more money, you're going to be able to help even more people. So this isn't about being selfish and not taking care of the obligations you have. This is about going and finding a way to do it better.
Exactly, and just to touch a little bit on my children, I have 3 children, so I got to set an example for them, I got to show them the path. There's a way, I sit and talk with them and explain to them, you cannot just settle for less. You gotta reach out there to be successful, and they see it and they understand it. So they ask every day, Mom, Dad, you going to school? Yes, we're going to go to school. We're going to do our homework. They see us do that, and it motivates them, and that's what's inspirational to us. That motivates us as well. It's a cycle between us and our children. We see them succeed, they make us proud, and we want to succeed for them, so.
Well, when your kids get old
thing.
enough to ask you the tough questions, like why you're having an extra glass of wine with dinner, or
Right.
what you do with your time in the evening, it gets hard because they are patterning, they are modeling after you.
Definitely.
They are taking a look at how you're living your life, and if they see that homework and studying is a priority for you, it's always going to be a priority for them.
Oh yeah.
And like you said, you wished you would have done it sooner. Frank, did your parents go to college?
My parents did not go to college. We were raised in a neighborhood, a tough neighborhood, around gangs and drugs and things of those natures. Our plan was the prison system. That was our college. Hey, let's graduate from the prison system. And at a young age, we were in gangs in elementary, starting in 4th grade, all the way up to high school. And one day, I just said, this is not the way. This is not me. This is not who I am. I'm fighting over a color or a street that does not belong to me. It makes no sense. It's almost like a clown show and some kind of facade that's put there to
No, it is a sick theater.
it's a distraction or something. You know?
And if you slow down and you think about it for a minute, and you think about the way that you're referring to people, like, oh, that guy's hard, he's down. Well, being down is not cool. Being up is better. Like, if you even break down the little bits of slang and stuff, like, why do you want to be hardened? Wouldn't you rather be open to things and happy? But if you grow up in a community where that's the industry and that's how people make money, and you know, the local OG is the guy that you go to if you can't pay your electricity bill, like, then you don't see like the serious harm that's being peddled to the community, and that young men are getting locked up and ruined and exposed to all kinds of diseases and hazard. And if you've never known anybody who's made it out of that lifestyle, then why would you buck against it? You wouldn't know a different world.
Yeah, you know, and the cool thing is too, you know, coming from that road, I could understand it. So when I go out in the streets and we have these events, I could talk to gang members, you know, on their level, and explain to them there's another way, you know. And we have actually had young men get out and graduate high school and succeed, and all they need is just somebody to say, look, this is where the path is. Do it. No excuses. I don't care what you've been through, because just believe that somebody's been through something worse than you. You know, there's no excuses, and those people are succeeding.
No, you're absolutely correct, and there are no excuses. There have been plenty of people, and we talk to them almost every week on the show, who have come from one difficult circumstance or another. Belinda and I got to talk to somebody once who was an African-American woman who grew up in a segregated town where everybody who was black lived in this certain neighborhood, and they used horrible words to refer to black people, and they weren't supposed to shop in certain stores, and they were supposed to stay certain places. But she had a family that reached out to her and told her, hey, you're bright, you could go to college. And she didn't have the money, so they gave her a little money, but it was like planting a seed, and she ended up working for the State Department and traveling all over the world. So
that's a beautiful thing,
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and a lot of those things start at Bakersfield College, but we're going to tell you why it's not a good idea to make excuses, and why you sitting where you are right now, you might think that you're disadvantaged. You might think that certain doors aren't open to you, but you have far less obstacles between you and your dreams than you think, and I'm going to prove it to you next. Don't go anywhere. There's more Success and Equity on BCTV coming up next.